Okay, hey everybody, a lot of my friends have been coming up and asking me about peer pressure. A lot of teens and young kids go through it with drugs and alcohol and all that stupid stuff that people are getting into these days. Yeah, I went through a lot of peer pressure when I was in high school. That's probably the hardest year you have to go through. But you know, all I have to do is say no. I know a lot of people think it's hard because they want to fit in, be cool, but really, are you really going to be cool if you get high and end up getting hurt or hurting someone else? If you get drunk and you're caught drunk driving, get arrested, well, you don't really look that cool. You may look cool to some people, but honestly, it's not that fun. I've been through this. I've been in jail because getting caught with possession, drinking, and driving, it's not fun. Jail's not what it's... Jail's bad. Let's put it that way. A lot of your friends are going to pressure you into trying drugs and alcohol because they're doing it and they think it's cool, and they say, oh, I'm not going to hang out with you anymore because you don't do it. You know, that's not a good reason enough to try it. Like, I remember the first time I ever tried weed. I got pressured into it. I used to give into peer pressure a lot. My friends were smoking it, like, come on, try it. I was like, no. They're like, well, if you don't try it, we're not going to talk to you anymore. And at that point, I was like, well, I don't want to lose my friends, so should I try it, or just forget about it and lose my friends? I thought about it, and I decided, what the heck, I'll try it. Can't do that much harm. So, I tried it, got pretty high, went for a walk, got caught by the cops, did a drug test, got arrested, put in jail for the night because possession. My parents had to come and bail me out the next day, and they were not happy at all. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get peer pressured into alcohol, drugs, sex, a lot of things, but honestly, it's not that fun. When I was, I think, 13, I first started drinking with my brother. My dad found out. He was pretty mad at me. I remember I came home drunk one night, didn't know where I was, didn't know what I was doing, didn't know who I was hanging out with. It was scary. I mean, I was drunk, I had no clue what I was doing, I was confused, I was scared, I just wanted to go home and go to sleep and just wake up and not remember anything, and it was bad. I woke up and my dad was pretty pissed. He kept yelling and screaming at me. And then smoking weed, it alters your mind a lot. Like, I got lost trying to find my way back home. I was lost for about 8 hours. It's pretty scary because you don't know what's going to happen to you. There's a lot of bad people out there. Like, peer pressure is the hardest thing that you're going to have to go through besides bullying. Peer pressure is like, say someone asked you to try a cigarette and you said no, and they kept bugging you until you did it. That's peer pressure. It's not right. Like, if you don't want to smoke, then don't smoke. Just walk away from the problem. That's the best thing you can do, is walk away. Yeah, people may say, oh, she's not cool, he's not cool, they're not popular enough, they don't deserve to be our friend or anything, but you know what? Screw them. There's better people out there. There's a lot more people you can become friends with. Like, I mean, this whole thing, fitting into cliques, trying to find which group you belong with. I mean, there's groups that smoke weed, and if you want to fit in there, you're going to have to smoke the weed. But if you don't, then you're not cool enough for them. If you don't drink, you're not cool enough for certain people. I mean, yeah, there's going to be high school parties that you're going to want to go to, get drunk and stuff. I mean, that's fine. It's your choice. But if you don't want to get high or drunk, then don't. Just walk away from it. If they can't handle that you're not going to do it and not be your friend, then it's their problem, not yours. You'd be a lot cooler to say no. Your parents are going to be proud of you. They're going to have more trust for you. Peer pressure is like a hard thing. I went through it for about 4 years. It's hard, but you know, you've got people. You may not think that, but you have people who are standing up for you. Like if you can't talk to your parents, then find a friend, find a teacher, find someone that you can talk to. It's a lot easier to talk than to hold it up inside of you. Like, I know a lot of kids these days say, "Oh, I can't talk to my parents; they wouldn't understand." But believe it or not, they went through a lot of peer pressure too. Honestly, it's the best idea to talk to your parents. I never wanted to talk to mine until I got pressured into doing the hard drugs like heroin and stuff. And finally I was like, you know what, I'm going to tell my mom. So I talked to my mom, and it helped a lot. She really helped me figure out what to do. She wasn't mad that I was willing to try it. I never did. That's something I will never do in my life. And alcohol and cigarettes are highly addictive. There's over 400 chemicals in smokes alone, and it's bad. Like, it will kill you eventually. Peer pressure is not something that is just going to go away. It's going to keep happening. Even when you're an adult, it's going to keep happening. People are going to pressure you to do stuff you don't want to do. The biggest one, I think, right now is sex. A lot of teens are becoming pregnant because they were pressured into having sex, and the guy didn't use a condom, or she wasn't on birth control, or something like that. They're carefree. They don't realize that consequences are going to come. You're either going to get pregnant, or you could get an STD. Peer pressure with sex is the biggest problem we're having right now. I mean, there's a lot of kids that are having sex because they think it's cool. Honestly, it's not that cool. Sex is something you're supposed to share with someone that you love. Like, I mean, one night stands, not fun. A lot of people these days just think that having sex makes them cooler, makes them popular, get more friends, get more guys, get more girls. Honestly, it doesn't work that way. I mean, I'm not going to tell you to stop having sex, stop doing drugs, stop drinking. It's your choice. I'm just saying that if you're being pressured into it, talk to someone. Your parents are the best option, or a teacher, or a counselor, or someone. But talk to someone. Like, peer pressure is not something that's easy to get through by yourself. You need people to support you. But if you have any other questions, just leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you.